We are Team 9, Kit 21. Work smarter, not harder. I'm Dominic.
I'm Easy Money.
I'm Philip.
Alright, now before we get started, I'd like to review a bit of DP1. In DP1, we established specifications, performed an economic analysis, and set up an initial timeline for our product's development. In DP2, you will see our improved timeline, our research that we've done on other products in our area, and how we developed our concept and generated our concept, as well as an in-depth analysis of the economics. Now, over here, we have our updated timeline. Our Gantt chart was modified to add in some of the in-class activities, such as our gallery method and our design reviews of prototypes that we brought into class. Our design structure matrix over here was created. It is new and improved. And this has a few examples of our coupled tasks and parallel tasks. H and I are coupled, and J, K, and L are parallel. Next we have Philip to talk to you about the intellectual property research.
Hey guys, so what we did with our intellectual property research was we went to the USPTO.gov website, which is the patent website that the government runs. And we also used Google Patent Search to look for patents that were similar to our project and that we might be infringing on with our project. We used a 7-step method found on USPTO.gov to look through the patents and narrow them down because there are a lot of them. We brainstormed terms, searched for the terms that we brainstormed, determined the relevancy of the patents that we found to our project, and then broadened our search. One of the things that we found is that we looked for patents that were mostly related to the overall idea of our BRG as a teaching apparatus, and we didn't look at specific obstacles, which may have found us more patents that were relevant to our project. We also used some of the patents that we found as inspiration for our project, including this one here that we found has a propeller mechanism. Most of the patents that we found did not infringe on our project, and again, that might have been because we were looking for the overall idea, but overall it seems that we're pretty safe that we're not infringing any patents. Next, we have our product decomposition. So, in our product decomposition, we started by looking at the inputs to our project and the outputs from our project, and in the middle we would just have a black box. So we wouldn't say what would be happening inside of that black box. Then the next step was to look at that black box and look at the functional elements that make up the black box. So for our project, we determined that the 3 obstacles would be making up the inside of our black box because the ball would roll from the input into one, the next, and the output. The inputs are represented by materials, which would be the ping pong ball, energy put in, and signals or instructions that we would give the project. And then our 3 major subfunctions, like I mentioned, are obstacles 1, 2, and 3, and those subfunctions will have subfunctions of their own, which we do not have displayed on our picture. Next, Easy will talk to us about concept generation.
Hi guys. We generated 3 concepts for each obstacle. We have rubber band, elevator, and spring for obstacle 1. We have Ferris wheel, arms, and spiral for obstacle 2. And we also have door, electromagnetic car, and conveyor belt for obstacle 3. And in order to do the first selection, we did concept screening test. We select elevator as our reference and compare other concepts to it and rate it. And this is the result from our concept screening. We decided to delete 3 concepts with the lowest grade, and which are Ferris wheel, spiral, and electromagnetic car. And for concept scoring, we did the further selection, and we put weight on the criteria, and we still select elevator as our reference. And this is the weighted score after the process. And we can see that spring and door has the lowest performance. So we decided not to pursue it anymore. And also, we want to combine elevator and rubber band, because rubber band can give a ping pong ball an initial velocity, and elevator can bring ping pong ball up and down, so it can control the height. And this is our concept combination. the concepts are selected from our concept screening and scoring. We can see from this figure, the rubber band will launch the ping pong ball, the ping pong ball goes up, and the elevator brings it down, falls into the arm, and the arm is gonna throw the ping pong ball onto the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt will give a ping pong ball a certain final velocity as an output. And next, Dominic will talk about concept testing.
For our concept testing, we presented our potential customers with a survey. The respondents of the survey ended up being 38% teachers, 38% students, and 25% parents. The probability that each of them would purchase went up to be 13% said they would definitely purchase, 63% said they would probably purchase. And using these numbers, as well as weightings depending on their definitely or probably response, we output 17% as the final overall probability of a purchase, considering the consumers were aware of the product and the product was available for them. Now back to Easy to give you the rundown on the money.
Okay, in our economic analysis, in order to make our project attractive to VTEPs, we want to make the rate of return to be 20% per year, which is 5% per quarter. And we want to get the fund all at once and return the money to VTEPs at the end of the third year, which is 12 quarters. And the time period is 12, so through some calculation, we determined the fund to be $20,115. And through this equation, calculating the future value, we can see we can get about $36,000 at the end of the third year.
So in conclusion, from DP1, we've improved our timeline accuracy with the DSM and our improved Gantt chart. We have done competitive product research. We've completed that. We've also completed our concept generation and began our development and testing of the concepts and our final product. And our more in-depth economic analysis is also completed. And so in conclusion, we are ready for DP3.